It's the Birds on a Wire podcast!
Birds on a Wire podcast. Ryan Cook, Gus Wilday, Philip Hoover.
Hey.
In attendance tonight. We're going to talk about shit. You're going to listen to it, goddammit. So it is the summertime. It's June 2016, which is prime season for pool season, my friends.
An American pastime.
The old pool party.
Yeah.
Tanks and beer.
Grilling.
What is each person's most memorable pool party that they've ever experienced that's worth talking about on a podcast for people to listen to?
Well, that's a lot of stipulations.
Yeah. I have one that immediately comes to mind. So let's flash back to 2013.
Whoa, so long ago.
I can't remember that.
Was that like 2G or 3G?
I think, is that when they had
That's
Walkman?
3G.
3G, yeah.
3G.
The days of 3G. It's my buddy's bachelor party in Las Vegas.
Whoa.
So we're doing all the pool parties there, out there in Vegas. And the headliner DJ was Diplo of Major Lazer. So already, amazing atmosphere.
Nice.
There's hot chicks in bikinis everywhere. All of us are rolling Cabana style, like Big Daddy style. Just chilling. And of course, when you're in Las Vegas, you have to drink copious amounts. I think it's
required.
Part of the thing.
Be weird if you weren't.
Yeah.
So
Who's this sober guy?
Yeah. He must work here.
Not me. So couple lots of alcohol with a blazing hot sun, 100 degrees. I decided to get blackout. I guess I didn't really decide, but it just kind of happened.
I'm blackout.
Blackout decided it would be you.
Good point.
And I'm running through I'm just having a good time, and for some reason I decided to jump up on they have these kind of like stripper poles that are in the middle of the pool, and there were like a bunch of chicks up there, so I decided to get up there with them, and that's a no-no at a pool party. Big dudes on the stripper pole with the girls, that's a no-no.
They proactively kick guys off, right?
Yeah. So security is blowing their whistles.
You're not the first guy to be like, I'm gonna do that. Yeah.
Oh, there's where all the hot chicks are.
Yeah. Lucky Bastard's the first one that ruined it for everyone. Yeah. Man, I want to be that dude.
He was up there
that
for
got
a whole song.
Yeah, and everyone's just like, shit, man, that guy's so lucky. I'm gonna do that next time. Kicked out.
So security rolls up and they have to wade out to me, and they're like, get out now, get out. And I'm hearing this secondhand because I don't remember it happening. And they get me down, and my boys, they come in like, hey man, it's cool. It's our boy's bachelor party. We'll calm him down or whatever. So they get me down. All of a sudden, these rain clouds come in and pretty much end the party. So they're like, all right, we're gonna take a little break. Diplo's gonna come back on in a few minutes when the party comes back on. So everybody's around the pool, just chilling. And as soon as they say, all right, you can get back in the pool now, I'm the first guy to dive into the 2 or 3 feet pool that they have, splashing. And you got to keep in mind, this is not a pool that you're supposed to dive in. Yeah. So those same security guards roll up and they're like, hey, we thought you had this guy in check. He's got to be out of here. So I don't know how this happened, but somehow they convinced them to still keep me in.
Third tries a charm.
So to this day, I can say that I started the Diplo party up again.
Yeah.
You were the first.
Diplo's like, maybe I'm not going to go. Oh, yeah.
That
Diplo's like, keep him in.
Yeah. I order the...
Yeah.
He stays.
Right now at this very moment, Diplo's telling the story about how some awesome dude kicked up a party where he wasn't feeling it, and then it made him feel it.
Boom.
Yeah.
I hope so. I can only hope so.
You might have inspired a song even. I would go so far to say.
Where are you now, maybe?
Where are you? It's appropriate.
Yeah. Well, I didn't have that good of an outcome last pool party I went to. Speaking of diving
Not
in the
so
shallow
much.
end.
Yeah, Ryan. What you know about that?
Last summer around this time, so what's today, the 9th?
Yeah, just a year and a few days.
A year and a few days ago, June 6th, 2015 is when the dive heard round the world happened. So I'm at this party at my buddy's condo in Buckhead, which is in Atlanta, Georgia, for those of you listening out of state. And it was like, it's a really nice condo building, floor to ceiling windows, rooftop pool. And this was honestly probably one of the coolest, best pool parties I've ever been to. Like the HOA or the whoever runs the actual condo building was putting on the party. They had a DJ, free beer like kegs, free food like buffet style, nice. Babes everywhere, rooftop pool in the middle of Buckhead. It was awesome. Like it was one of the coolest things ever. And the only reason I'm there is because I know a dude.
Was there a line to get in?
I think people who weren't a guest, you can only bring like two guests, I think.
Exclusive.
So you can only bring
so
two.
Cool there wasn't a line.
Yeah.
That's like above.
Yeah, you can't even, if you don't know someone or be one of those two guests, you just couldn't get in.
I got you. Okay.
There's just babes. I honestly, they probably make exceptions for babes, which I get it.
For sure.
So I'm drinking, and I've been drunker in my life. Blackout didn't find me like it did you. But I was, 7, 8 beers deep, whatever. And the sun was hitting or whatever. So I go to dive in, not to like start a party and like impress Diplo. I dive in just to cool off because I'm fat and I'm like sweating on the sideline. So what I do is kind of inch my way up to the side of the pool. And this pool was like, it's really long, and I had done a cannonball earlier in the deep end, and it was fine.
Okay.
And I just didn't really understand where I was in relation to the shallow end. Like, I was in the middle.
Yeah.
And I think in my mind that you just assume it kind of gradually gets deeper, and it didn't.
Might have even got shallower.
And and at the same time, I didn't dive with my hands in front of me. I seal dove. Ooh. So head first.
Okay.
It's just a bad recipe.
So I seal dive in just to cool off because I'm a big fat sweaty monster. And bam, I hit my top of my head, hits the bottom of the pool. I mean, I rock it, dude. And I get up and I'm kind of like discombobulated, and I knew I fucked up. My neck hurt immediately. Yeah. But I thought I just like jammed all the muscles. You know what I mean? Like if you've ever played football and you just get hit and rocked, you're like, you just feel weird.
You felt like you could shake it off.
Yeah. And I felt like maybe an hour, maybe I got a concussion, but after an hour or two, I'd maybe just like walk it off. But so I get up and I like wade over to, and I mean, once I get out of the pool, I mean, it was about like right under my nipples. So it was probably 3.5 to 4 feet. So it wasn't that shallow, right? But no, I walk over to my friends Mike and Sam, and I go, guys, I fucked up, man. I hit the bottom, dude. And they're like, you are bleeding. Your face is like, there's blood all over your face. So blood was running down from my head all over my face, like gushing. So no one really noticed that I did it, because I got out of the pool and, I walked it off. No one really noticed that I hit the bottom. I played it off pretty well.
So nonchalant.
And my buddy Mike, whose condo it was, says, let's get out of here. Let's sneak out. Let's not make this a scene.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, we need to get your stitches. So I got it, let's not call the scene. So I kind of maneuver my way out. This one dude, this like real black, like tall dude, really cut. He looked like an athlete, like grabs me and he goes, what's wrong? He's like, your head. And he goes, let me check it out. I'm a EMT or whatever. I'm like, all right, dude. And he like puts his fingers in my fucking head. And he's like, yeah, you're going to need staples, dude. And I was like, you just touched my blood. I could have HIV. Like, you don't know. And you're just like, you're not helping. I know it's cut. I'm bleeding all down my face, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
Thank you for your wisdom.
So we go to his apartment and like, I get in the shower because I'm so bloody and I just want to rinse all the blood off me. And through this process, my neck starts hurting more and more. I guess swelling up. His girlfriend drives me to the ER. And I get in the ER and they're like, all right, you're going to have to wait for like a CAT scan. So they put me in the waiting room, put a neck brace on me, and I'm sitting there for like a fucking hour. Yep. Right?
Sounds like the ER. Yep.
The biggest, and I'm in the most pain ever. It just like starts, I'm like gripping the side of the handles of the waiting room chair because I can't fucking stand the pain. And I'm like, give me some drugs, dude. I'm in a hospital. And they're like, we can't give you drugs until we figure out what's wrong. Like I'm a drug seeker. Like, you fuck. Turns out I get a CAT scan and they rush me back immediately when they get the results back. They're like, dude, you broke your neck. Whoa. You broke your neck. I'm like, well, what do we do now? Like, that sounds kind of tough.
Yeah.
Had to have emergency surgery right away. And then I was stuck in my apartment for 3 months. It was the worst summer ever.
Lazy
So,
boy.
Last summer?
Yeah.
Last summer. Oh,
So from now on, feet first.
feet first.
Hashtag feet first.
And don't seal dive at awesome, cool parties with babes when you're fat and
Or
sweaty.
just pre-check the pool, how deep it is.
Yeah. So right now I avoid pools. And if I do go, I like actually walk in with the handrail and the stairs.
Use the
And then
handrail.
even if everyone's in the deep end, I'll be like, guys, I'll be there in a second. Hold on. And I walk out there, you know, like I just don't jump in pools anymore.
Water wings and everything.
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I'll add to this story that I was surprised is that when they did your neck surgery, spine surgery, they went in from the front. I find that that was so disturbing to me.
Yeah. It's called anterior. Like posterior would be somebody entering like surgery from the back of something.
So
and then
they
anterior.
do go to the back.
Sometimes.
I mean, it's right. I can feel my spine. Why would
It
you
depends.
go from the front?
Well, the stuff in the back is like just massive,
Protection.
like massive bones that protect the actual spinal cord. So that's even harder to get to. Like if they went that way, which they do sometimes, it's like a bigger process. And they have to like cut bone out of the way. So what they do is they just cut in the front of my neck and they
They're
just
just like
spread.
push the throat aside, push the air pipe.
Like,
They're like, nope, excuse me.
You know, like when you see the things where the metal things where they clamp in and then they spread it out.
God, yeah.
They just spread everything apart and then do their thing.
So you had like someone in your throat.
Yeah, my throat hurt for like a month afterwards because it was like healing back
Gotta
up.
be worse.
No
than
scar.
Like a little baby scar in my
Baby scar.
chest hair.
Okay.
covers
Chest
it
hair
up.
does a nice job.
So that Wolverine shit right there. It's good for scars. But yeah, don't definitely and being home that long sucked too because you know I was really bored. I pretty much watched everything on Netflix and also I was Tindering really hard.
Yeah.
But then I realized I can't meet any of these girls. Like having a
Come
broken
on over, make me some soup.
being in a neck brace and having, well, I at least thought some
Could
girl
get some
that I
pity
knew,
pussy.
yeah,
Pity
like
pussy.
somebody would just throw me a suck off or something, you know, of a girl I knew because they all go. When you have an incident like this, everyone says, "Let me know if I could do anything.
Yeah.
Let me know if I could do anything for you." And a lot of girls said that, and I was wanted to be like, you know what I could really use at least an HJ, like hook me up, you
Just
know.
come on, I can't do it myself.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. Like the shoulder is connected to the neck.
Yeah.
It's like I don't
Well,
want
I-
to shake anything out there.
Well, obviously, for a while, I didn't even really think about that. But at one point, I couldn't do anything because my mom stayed with me for like a month, and I'm in a one-bedroom apartment. Yeah, so she was being my like nurse, my in-home nurse. So I mean, I couldn't
awesome.
I couldn't sneak away and hook one up. So as soon as she left like 3 weeks in. I went to just burn one out, and
Bye, Mom.
I realized that I look down a fair amount when I whack off. I guess everyone does.
Like at
Like
your
you-
own situation or at like the
At a
porn in front
computer
of
or
you?
your dick. I mean, you do. Like, you don't stare at it the whole time, but you do look down, especially when you're finishing, you know, to make sure you're not getting it like on the rug.
More than up, yeah.
You're in a neck brace, you can't look down. So I actually had to masturbate like 5 feet away from the desk, standing up to get a good angle to see the porn, which also sucks because you can't click from vid to vid. You got to get on a video and
You
just
gotta
stick
pick a good one.
What you
right?
should have done is got like some sort of mirror situation so you could bounce your view down so you can still have your hands on the keyboard.
That sounds pretty involved.
Yeah.
And I still would have
You'll
needed
mirror
help.
your porn.
Like, how do I tell you or, you know, one of my buddies, like, hey, help me set this mirror up for what?
Yeah, well,
Excel worksheets. But yeah, I was like, so if somebody walked in on me, I'm bare naked in a neck
in
brace.
the middle of the room.
I'm butt naked, standing about 5 feet away from the desk, looking at the porn from about 5 feet and whacking up, standing straight up. Like, honestly,
Computer.
I'm fairly certain one of my windows were open too. And one of my neighbors probably did see me.
It probably looked like you were trying autoerotic.
Yeah, that guy's in some weird shit.
Yeah, just standing in the middle
Jesus.
of the room.
This dude's in some freaky
Looking
shit.
straight ahead, jacking
Yeah.
off.
He's like the dude from Hellraiser.
It's like, oh, that guy doesn't have a roommate. He's testing the
You
water.
can you can whack off in the middle of the den.
Yeah.
You just stand in the middle of the den.
Yeah, your roommates are just jealous, or your neighbors.
Yeah.
They're just jealous. Man,
So it'll really fuck up your whack off game. But yeah, I just don't believe like girls don't mean it when they say, "Let me know if I can do anything for you." They're
maybe
lying.
they should say, "Let me know if I can do something."
Yeah.
Would
not
that
anything.
be more appropriate?
Or just say, let me know if I can bring you food, or you know what I mean? Like be specific.
Yeah, offer something, because it is kind of like when you give such a vague offer, you almost know that and then they're not going to take you up on it.
Or when I ask for the blowjob, they get offended. And I'm like, you said anything. Like you're reneging on this now.
Yeah, I'm a little offended.
You're backtracking on what you said you would do for me. I'm hurt.
One sentence ago. I
need help. Just man up.
Suck my dick.
It'll just take a second. But
it's been a while.
You know what I really dislike? I dislike the culture we have now of people asking for money for ideas. So like Kickstarter. I don't know. What is that called? It's called like crowdfunding, right?
Crowdsourcing.
Crowdfunding. Yeah.
Crowdsourcing is usually like getting skills from people, but crowdfunding. Yeah. So you're getting money off of just like your social network. I can't stand that shit, because if you have a good enough business idea, you need to follow the entrepreneurial funding strategy that everyone fucking follows. So either you do it yourself, you self-fund it. It's taking the risk out of a venture because people aren't putting their savings into it. They're relying on someone else to throw them $5, $10, $20 or their parents or their uncles to fund some stupid fucking idea. I want to go shoot photography in Russia. Pay for me. No, work a job, save your money, and do it on your own. Technology is cheap, and to do something creative is fairly inexpensive now. To get the software, the computer, the camera, to do it on your own. So I think it's just a bailout, and it's just people saying, I don't want to actually work for anything. And it's like, I'm sorry, but not everybody's creative.
Does it lower the bar? Is that what you're saying?
It just makes it so they don't have enough skin in the game. They're not risking their savings. They're not risking their employment at a company. They're not going out and soliciting money from like people who fund entrepreneurial ventures and putting the work in, the door-to-door work of hustling.
Yeah.
They're just asking for money on the internet. And if they're a babe, like they'll probably get money from dudes or something. I don't know.
And it seems like it's less people liking the idea, more of liking the person. So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I guess
you sound like a dad right now. For some
little bit, yeah.
I don't know why. I'm for it. So I just have to say, I think this is a new evolution. This is like a new thing. It's a progression of like how businesses can run, and this is doing it through. Because if you go to a venture capitalist or someone like that, they're probably going to own a significant portion of your company.
Or a bank for a loan. Whatever happened to going for a bank for a loan? If your idea is good enough.
And then you go in debt. Like there's ways to avoid going in debt now, and that's like pretty much pre-selling your product, because like they're not just giving you money. They get a kickback, like, which is part of the Kickstarter. Like you'll get like the product for actually a discounted price. Like. Yeah. Or you'll get like credit for something on a film or something.
But there's other sites, right, that don't have that.
Yeah, I mean there are.
Right. And I will plenty agree of ideas that aren't products that are useful.
Yeah, this is where I will agree, and I think this is what you're saying, is that I have seen some like Indiegogos or some crowdsourcing things where people just want to go on vacation or like. Or
I want to record an album. It's not that expensive. Get a fucking job, and save the money, and then quit the goddamn job and make the album.
But if someone's album is good, I would gladly pre-contribute to it. It's pretty much pre-buying it. See, that's another tangible product you can get, and so that's something that I would be in favor of, because I think like that's just like pre-purchasing something, and actually you're helping it come into reality.
Yeah, I guess the main thing about me personally is that whatever happened to, I feel like having a job now and like saving for your like hobby or whatever dream you have is like not cool. Like it's not cool to like work a career and then try to do something on the side. It's like, oh, you're bailing out. Like you need to just like go like put all your resources into it, man. And like, well, you're not, because you don't have any fucking resources except the Indiegogo bullshit that people, and most of the time I bet it's their parents. I bet it's their parents giving most of the cash. Yeah. There's people who want to like travel.
Like if they'll like barely like get like a quarter of the goal. Yeah. And this happened to me because I actually did a Kickstarter, and I won't say what project it is because Well, anyway,
It didn't
that's
work
not
out.
important.
You took everybody's money and you
it did
ran?
work out.
You shady
That was
fuck.
the problem, dude. I thought
You shady fuck.
It was one of my friends, and he had it was pretty much an artistic project, and I was like, man, there's no way that this goal's gonna be met. It was so lofty. So I think I gave like a decent amount of money for me, relatively. And it was like the day before, and he was like at 25%. And I'm like, huh. I guess, and like I was like really struggling financially at the time, so I was like, "Oh, okay, I don't have to worry about this money being deducted." The next morning, I woke up and had like barely met the goal, and I'm like, "How do you get 75% of that in one day?"
Oh, wow!
But I will say, on the flip side of that, one thing that I'm really proud of is my cousin did a great Kickstarter to benefit like awareness of endangered species.
Fuck off.
So I think
that sounds
it
so
can be a
fucking
great cause.
stupid.
It can be for a great cause too.
That's not a great cause.
That is a great cause.
Awareness. That's the most.
No, it's not.
That's the most
okay.
vague
I did a
business.
bad job. I did a bad job of describing
Like,
it.
what am I putting my money
It's
to?
not just awareness.
Well, you're going to generally contribute to the
People
general
know
awareness
things.
of an issue that might impact someone.
All right. Well, I did a bad job of describing it. But I think it can
endangered
be.
species,
It can be
what are they gonna
used
do?
for the greater good, though.
It's like, now I know the dodo bird's like about extinct or is extinct.
No,
Great.
not
See you later.
extinct. Not extinct.
Endangered is extinct is done. So
Yeah.
that's what we should do. We should start a Kickstarter for
extinct
awareness of extinct animals. It's like, no, we don't have to do anything. and then at the end of it, when we meet our goal, we just send an email and said they're extinct. We couldn't find any. We
Still
tried.
still can't.
If
Here's
you
an
find any,
update.
let us know.
Still
and then,
none.
And then we'll let
You
you know.
send a
That,
link to Wikipedia.
If you
of all
find
the
us, let us know. P.O. Box.
this is a great idea. I can't wait to quit my job to do this. I'm
With
glad.
your donation of $5, you will be an affiliate of the program.
And maybe I'm not even vocalizing or verbalizing exactly what I hate about it. I just know I can't fucking stand it, and I'll never do it.
Maybe it's because you want to take advantage of it and you haven't yet, and you feel bad. And
No,
you
I know.
hate it.
I'll never do it. If I do it, you can kick me in the dick.
Wow.
I will let you literally kick me as hard as you want in the
You
cock.
heard that, folks. Now I'm going to trick Ryan.
Good luck
into starting
finding
a
it.
Kickstarter.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. That's the end of the Birds on a Wire podcast. You can also see our sketch comedy videos on YouTube. The channel is Birds on a Wire TV. You can listen to podcasts probably on the same avenue that you're listening to this.
Just keep hit
Yeah,
next.
just like click around. It's on the internet.
You know how to use it.
Tell your
'cause you're
moms,
using
tell
it.
your friends, listen, like, share, repeat, love. We'll talk to you soon.